Hey guys, welcome back. So today I'm going to do the Vinyl Tag 2022 version, and we've got 20 records that have been selected by the geniuses of the interweb to display for you. Took the encouragement to do this from Dylan over at Noble Records. He said, hey, if you're thinking about doing one, do one of these. So thanks for the encouragement. Shout out to him. And let's go. So number one is your favorite record that you got in 2021. And I tried to not have a lot of repeats on here, either of artist or otherwise, or the same album doing the same thing. But unfortunately, number one and two, your favorite and the one you spent the most money on in 2021 are both the same record. This is Rift from the band Fish. Looked for this one for a long time. Super happy to have it. Great pressing, sounds fantastic. Was the most I've ever spent on a record. So, and it's my favorite record. So, next one was the first band that you saw live. I know I've seen a lot of musicians and things like that before this, but this was like my first real concert. So I got taken to this band in 1990 and changed the course of my life. So that band is the Grateful Dead. And I chose this one out of the many Grateful Dead records I have because this record showcases a lot of their early 90s songs that they'd been writing that they never made another album on. So it says in here, if they'd have made another studio album, probably would have had these songs on it. So fantastic record. It's live. Beautiful. The next one, number 4, is new band in your collection that you've been digging. So I know this isn't new, but it's newer to me. I just discovered her this year. So this record came out in 2017. I know she's got another new one out, but Phoebe Bridgers. Beautiful record. Haunting, a little dark, but overall, really dig. So check her out. Number 5 is a record still in the shrink, which is a tough one for me because I am not one of those that keeps records in the shrink. I'm just not my thing. I buy records to listen to them. I keep them in special sleeves, all the same kind, all the same brand. So I'm a little particular about that, and I find that sometimes the shrink just gets a little messy, and I don't care for it. So if you like it, to each their own. This one, though, in any of the music on vinyl production records, they come in a nice case. So this one is Buddy Guy's Damn Right I Got the Blues, still in the original case. So that's fun. That's about as close to the shrink as I get. So anything that I have music on vinyl stays in its original case because it's nice to get the hype sticker. I like them for that reason. Concept album number 6. I have several of these. So again, trying not to have any repeats. I could have obviously put Rift back in here. It's a great concept record. Or I could have gone with Dark Side of the Moon or The Wall. I tried to find something a little different for you. Frank Zappa, Joe's Garage. Beautiful album, one of my favorites from Frank, about the dangers of music. So, number 7 is an album that you love but hasn't gotten much attention from you lately. And you'll actually be able to tell that it hasn't had much attention because it's still in the shrink. This is Jeff Buckley's Grace, which is a beautiful record from the 90s. I think it's from the 90s. 94. So, gorgeous record. Legendary record. Unfortunately, we Didn't get too much more from Jeff, but this one's beautiful repress, and I need to get it in a proper case. And I also need to give it another spin. Number 8 is a live album. I have probably as many live albums as I do studio albums, so this one was difficult. And again, to try to not repeat artists, I picked Derek and the Dominos in concert. This is my favorite Eric Clapton season, if you will. I mean, just look at him on the back. Eric Clapton tears it up like no other version of Eric Clapton does, in my opinion. So definitely a favorite. Great live record, and they're easy to find. Typically, you can find those pretty regularly. Number 9, album from a different continent. That one was tricky, so I wasn't sure if it meant pressed in a different continent, performed in a different continent. Was it like world music? So I kind of tried to go with both, and this one is Miles Davis Agartha, which I believe these were recorded in Japan. 2 sessions, Agartha and Pangea. You can get them both. I don't know if you can get Pangea on record, but this is another music on vinyl, so it's still in its original case. And Music on Vinyl is, I believe, a Dutch manufacturer of records. So another continent, performed on another continent with Miles Davis, who's obviously not from another continent, but one of my favorite records, favorite. This year I did inherit a large collection from my uncle, and there's many records in there, because number 10 is record that's out of your comfort zone. And this one might seem a little silly, but I'm not really into the Beach Boys. So I have listened to this. My mom had this one growing up. I've heard it a bazillion times. I spun it. It's, yeah, just not in my wheelhouse. Thanks, Beach Boys. All right. Number 11 was a new wave or punk record. I am typically neither new wave nor punk. That I don't like either of them, but so I went with the new wave side, and this record came out, but I got it early in 2021. This is the Psychedelic Furs, Made of Rain. It's on purple vinyl for those that are interested. So this is really great record. I really like it. And you'll see there is a repeat of these guys a little later on the list. So that one's cool. They were kind of in the new wave thing, mid 80s, early 80s. So I think that counts. At least for me, it's going to count. Number 12 is a jazz record. I have a lot of jazz as well. I already showed you some Miles Davis, so I went with this one, and I found this one this year. This is Kenny Burrell's Recapitulation. 2 albums, beautiful Kenny Burrell jazz guitar. Love this record. Found it in a crate, little used shop, so that was a great find. Number 13 took me a hot minute because it was for a soundtrack. I don't buy a lot of soundtracks, but I did find like, oh yeah, I do have some soundtracks. Ta-da, Purple Rain, Prince. Love Prince, got a lot of his albums, and this one happens to be a soundtrack. Found this one again at the same little music shop just outside of town. And it has the poster, and it has everything in it, and it was, I don't know, $8. Number 14 is an album with no writing on the jacket. I didn't know if that meant the entire jacket, which is very hard to find, or just on the cover. So I went with just the cover. And this is Foo Fighters. No writing on the cover. Sonic Highways. Great album. Fantastic album by the Foo Fighters. And cool cover too. No writing, so it counts. Oh, this one I have to open up. Number 15 was a album on colored vinyl. And I have a lot of those too. They make a lot of those these days. Kind of keeps them interesting, keeps them fresh. So this one is Cake, Fashion Nugget. This one could have gone into some other ones, but bright yellow, like frosting. Great record, great find. You don't see a lot of those outside of the big box set. So that one's fun. Pride of the Dig. So I'm assuming this one means the one you found in the unusual spot that was maybe not brand new. When I'm thinking about crate digging and all that stuff, it's going through the used bins. So I don't spend a lot of time there, or there's not a lot of record stores near me, so I buy most of my stuff online. But I was able to find Allan Holdsworth Road Games. It's a shortened record of the CD, but you don't see a lot of Allan Holdsworth records. Big Allan Holdsworth fan, so that was a real find. I think it was like $3. Again, a win. So Pride of the Dig for this last year. That one was kind of cool. So an old band that you've kind of passed on, and have kind of recently rediscovered. So again, we're going back to the Psychedelic Furs. They've been around for a long time, obviously since the 80s. Have a lot of hits in the 80s that I had listened to, and I've heard them, and it's like, okay, it wasn't really my jam, but now that I'm a little older, listened to that new record of theirs, which was still sounded like them, but it was really fresh. So I picked up some of their older stuff as well. This one's a classic. So been digging them a lot this year. Number 18 is a box set. So I was never a big box set guy with the CDs, but I'm finding with record collection that buying some box sets is pretty cool. And you can get some really great stuff that you might not be able to find everything by a certain artist all at once. So a box set, if available and if affordable, could be a nice option. And that was the case with this one here, Sade, this far. So it has 6 of her studio albums, all 6 of her studio albums, and well pressed, great cases, great covers. Just an easy, nice way to get all of her stuff in one fell swoop, and beautiful box set. Glad to have that one. Love Sade. Great grooves, great band, great vocals. Obviously, she's an amazing singer, so that one's fun to have. Number 19 is coolest album cover. That's hard to judge, right? So one of my favorites is from 311 Transistor. I think that's a really cool cover. It's got the vacuum tubes, or valves as they say, across the pond. And the little guy up here in his Zen place. This is a great record. I think this is a great cover for this record. And so, coolest album cover. We'll go with that. And number 20 was either an album you received as a gift, present, or a swap from somebody in the vinyl community. I don't really know too many people in the vinyl community. I watch a lot of you guys on YouTube, but I don't really know anybody other than my friends that collect. So I just picked one that I got as a gift. I got this one from my daughter, and it is Kings of Leon, Because of the Times. Not always available, not always easy to find. I think it was available finally on Amazon, and she picked it up for me. So it is 2 records. Could have gone for coolest album cover as well, but I went with the other one to try to not have repeats. So that is my Vinyl Tag 2022. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you found something maybe you would be interested in listening to. Maybe something you haven't heard or haven't checked out before. So thanks for watching, and see you next time.